So, do you know how sometimes you'll hear a song comes on the radio, right, from 10 or 15 or 20 years ago, something from high school or middle school or even sort of younger than that, right? And you remember every word and every chord change and everything that happens in that song. It's kind of a funny thing. This happened to me over this past week. And it's funny because you are not sort of consciously memorizing the song. You haven't been working on it for the past 10 or 15 years. You honestly probably have not given it very much thought at all. But when it comes on the radio, you still remember, and maybe you don't know why. Okay, so we have this knowledge and it is stored and unused and sort of lays in wait to be reawakened. And our bodies are a lot like this, okay? So we are designed with specific ways that we function best, right? Scientifically, ergonomically, and structurally. Alexander says, and this is something that we've talked about a few times already, right? That when you stop doing the wrong thing, the right thing does itself. So what he's talking about is sort of twofold, okay? The first thing being that we are doing the wrong things all of the time, right? Most habits founded with good intentions, and they don't necessarily serve us, right? These habits that we founded, and if we stop doing them, right, if we undo these habits, if we stop doing the wrong thing, we have opportunity to do things that are going to serve us. The second part of this being that the body knows what to do, okay? So we've trained it with our habits and our activities. We've learned consciously and unconsciously to do the wrong things a lot of the time. But if you look at an infant, a child, or a toddler, you'll see that they use themselves a lot better than most adults do. And that's because they have not taught themselves these wrong habits, right? They are still using this inbred knowledge, and they're tuned into what their bodies are capable of and how to access that potential. So we talk a lot about habit, right? Because it is important, and it's really important to know that this is something that we've cultivated and that often interferes with our body's innate knowledge and potential. I think it's also important to understand that our bodies innately understand good use, right? Beneath the layers of poor habitual use, of shortening and compromising, the body remembers its potential. Similar to hearing a song from 10 or 15 years ago, right? Without really understanding why. So this better use of ourselves may not feel right, but that's only because we've come to associate familiarity with feeling right, and that is attached to habit, okay? So anything that we do outside of habit is going to feel wrong, and that's why we use a lot of other things to sort of judge what's going on. We'll use a mirror, teacher feedback, experience, and reason to really know if we are in a more optimal way. So tune in on Sunday. We're gonna explore a movement on what F.M. Alexander calls multisensory awareness or multisensory appreciation, to just understand how sensation can guide us wrongly. So thank you so much for tuning in for this one, and I will see you next time.